Hi everyone, welcome back for episode 503. I just wanted to start with Roxy's weekly challenge because I saw that my neighbour was throwing these out, probably from something from the kids, and I was looking at the shapes and thinking they were interesting. Well, I was thinking of just using them for painting. But then I started to do Roxy's weekly challenge, number week 14, I think. Yeah, I think week 14. And all I had was a bit of this really thick foam, which is good for, lots of things. So I kind of used a bit of the patterning for some of the edges and the shapes. Just these, like that. And I've cut them. They're very, very thick. So I know that Rachel was backing hers on cardboard. I guess I still could, but they're so thick. And I couldn't get fine details because they're so thick. But I got a few little things and I've stamped them. The difference with what Rachel was using with the foam and this foam is that this has got it's like a kind of, it's like many layers of foam, but it's also got like this funny plastic on the top and the bottom, and it just doesn't soak up the ink, which is okay by me because I like that effect. I don't mind it at all, and especially if I'm using these for paintings rather than journaling, although I use them for journaling too. That'll be perfect. So that was my thing. I've made a couple of numbers. I have to do them backwards. I love this little one. But I did want to put on a little bit of hessian onto a bit of card. So I've got a little mark making tool. And I've been thinking, I've got all these little scraps and I'm thinking of putting them on a bit of cardboard as well. They'll just be random. Random shapes, but that will be interesting. So I'm going to do these for Rachel's. Next week, or this Friday actually, Rachel will be doing what she makes from the things that she's created her stamps from. So I might have a little bit more of an explore, but that's what I'm up to here. It's like Tetris. So you get the gist of that. So that's that. So I thought I'd just start this episode 503 to get going. I've got a book from the library to share. This is a large book, so I won't get all in frame, but Embroidery Designs for Fashion and Furnishings. So I'll do my best to get things in the frame. Oh, this was the little knife I was using to cut the foam. It's actually quite easy to cut. It's just not easy in terms of getting small circles and things. I must find some foam. Anyway, there were some interesting things in here. So this is a pen and ink on paper that would be used for embroidery designs. Look at that. That's an embroidered linen. Beautiful. I found it quite an interesting book because it's sort of still antique-y but grungy, even though there's no really super bright colours. And I know Rachel was saying that about jelly prints. She doesn't like them necessarily being super bright. But when you look back at some of these, and I wonder if it's because it was something to do with the paint making or the ink making process. But look at all this, all beautifully laid out on the grid. Oh, I'm running out of room. Okay, this book's it's too big for my space. I love this, the back of it. When I was at art school, I had a friend who really loved a particular artist's work, and it was she would prick through the photos, and the back was just always quite beautiful, but it was something about putting the photos up and the light shining through the holes. That reminded me of that. Gorgeous. I hope getting this in frame. This beautiful, looks like berries, but it's like a hibiscus or something. Let's see, does it say? No, just black chalk on paper. Well, honestly, black chalk on paper, that would be fine. Some old designs. So it says Leonardo Ferro or Amadio Novella, and they're 1559, these designs. Gorgeous. This one's 16th century. So in frame, hopefully. So this was a lovely little book to have a bit of a squiz through. That gorgeous French vest in silk. I think I can move it like that, just so you get it all. So, lovely, lovely book. And I like the fact that you can go through it and you can see this is from Berlin, this style, and Morris & Co. So you've got like William Morris's designs. So these are both at the V&A, so the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. I went and saw Frida Kahlo, the complete Frida Kahlo work there. 2000 maybe? Was it 2000? Yeah, I think it was in 2000. And it was fabulous. No, it wasn't 2000. Oh, I don't know, 2017 maybe. Anyway, that's beside the point. But look at this gorgeous tapestry. Oh. So, May Morris. And it's got a question mark, but William Morris's daughter did a lot of work too. And actually, I've had a little bit of a look at her body of work, and it's quite amazing. All right, so I just wanted to show you this page because look at this. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? This little ruffly detail with its little club motif, and the details here, and this looks like something like maybe a little, it could be a blanket stitch or a buttonhole stitch. And just the way it's drawn up here around the, like the work that's done to gather this. No elastic, just gathered like smocking. Oh, I want it. I want it so badly. Anyway, look at this one. Embroidered silk. It's just the work that goes into these things. So there's a couple of Paris 1600s plates. Vests. Beautiful edgings. Anyway, there's a lot to unpack in this book. So it's by Moira Thunder. If you want, all right, here's the ISBN 978-1851-778-140. Now, the other thing I wanted to show before I get out some of my work. And the best thing is I got two 2 notes. Thanks, Lisa. And Lara. Just 2 notes. So, oh yes, I put a little order in. Oh well, what can you do? What can you do? Occasionally there's something you just can't live without. So I've got a bit of this stuff. Oh, I'm going to have fun. I'll tell you why I got this. Oh, that's probably noisy, sorry. But look at these beautiful threads. Look at them all, gorgeous. And a little bit of antique lace. How I got from the op shop the other day. I'm having a bit more of a pink, kind of a pink thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, we're going to have some fun. Thank you, Lisa. Also, last time I got one of the antique... I got a pack. So when we were doing the workshop for Lisa Mattock's mushrooms or woodland, we were doing the woodland series of quilt. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? They look like little mushrooms. Anyway, that's there. I haven't bought any material off Lisa for a while since the woodland quilt material. So I thought I'd get some because I really liked it. I've only got 2 sorts, but right, so this has got, I loved it because it's got the little spring flowers and bunnies. So it's motif Sevilla Drescher. Drescher, yeah, that's right. Beautiful. Oh, and it feels really oh, it feels so nice. Very good. Oh, I got 3. I've got the little houses because they're adorable. Kirsten Heb design. Look at them. Aren't they so cute, these little topiary? And oh, just fun. And I love the poppy seeds. Gorgeous. Now, is there a name on the poppy seeds? I think we've not got the name. But yeah, I love this is one of my favourite blue colours, this sort of pale indigo blue. And I love poppy seeds and I love poppy flowers. So that is a few things to inspire me and to play with. Now, next I better get onto my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. Okay, so I have been going over, remember a little while ago now, I've gone off the garden path myself, I think. Remember I was doing some stamps of the animals and I decided to stamp onto material and then cut out the butterflies. So what I've been doing is just going over the design basically in a back stitch, a split back stitch, no, stem stitch. So that's where I'm up to. I haven't got to the chairs or the seat yet. Seat or chairs. I did actually find a beautiful seat, but I've got to sketch it out and I've got to actually draw it smaller because it's a bit big. And it's an old wrought iron chair. I really loved it. I'm also realising that I've got a lot going on my garden path because I opted for doing one great big long one and doing a lot of the background first and then coming back and going wherever it sort of worked. So I'll show you what I mean. So let me just show you. So the visitors to the garden, I've got a little rabbit. I put in a little bit of thread work and I put the little Easter eggs, so eggs, birds' eggs really. I've got this butterfly I'm doing. I've put this butterfly with little roses, and I've still actually got another butterfly, 2 butterflies and the little bird in the tree. So, you know, it's already fairly full, so I've got to work out, maybe there's a bit here the bench can go. It could go here, maybe it go there. That's a spot. The back, so one of the things I'm realising, I've used all this beautiful background and I love it, and I do actually love the way it is, but as it gets fuller, I'm a bit hesitant to cover over these little bits that I love. So that maybe that's a problem I've given myself. You know, a small bench could go here. I could put a larger bench here, perhaps. Like I've said before, it's a little bit like, it's not totally literal, because I said last time these are sort of up in the air, but you know, that doesn't mean that there won't be something. Possibly I could put a chair under there. So I feel a little bit behind, but I'll catch up now that I've picked it up again. I was doing other things. That's how it goes, really. So it's been fun doing a little bit of embroidery over the stamps. These ones are old stamps. Just getting the pattern happening. I don't always go all the way through to the very back. Just depends. And I can, once I've sort of gone around this edging here, I can cut that back a bit. So see how that's got quite a bit of an edge. Well, I don't need that much edge. Like I can cut back a bit. Like that. So just be careful not to cut the background too much. Like that. My book's here, so maybe I'll put just a quick flick through. So I've still got to sew these for the large work. So because I've been away a couple of nights, these are all in the, no, I haven't got it in here. Yeah, I visited a friend for a couple of days, and this week I'm in a different place, feeding a cat and staying overnight with that cat. So just flicking through, sorry, off to the side here, flicking through, see if I can find that chair that I printed out that I loved. Where that went. Never mind, I can't find it. It'll be somewhere in a pile. Yeah, so I feel like I'm working, and what I do is I come home and then it feels like it's my time off. So it's a bit weird, especially when the cat wakes me up twice a night. I don't know if I'm getting a good night's sleep every night, but it's a job and it's fun, and it fills in a little bit of me missing Amelia, so that's a nice thing. Funny little cat he is. His name's Alfie. He's a British short hair. I have a lot of British short hairs around. It's my brother's cat that I looked after at Christmas, and I also look after another 2 British short hairs, and they're both a grey and I think they're called lilac, a lilac. and the one I'm minding at the moment is Alfie. Funny little fella. So it's nice. It's nice to get a little bit of, oops, oh, shaking, sorry. Nice to get a little bit of pet love in to make up for missing Amelia. And they're paying me instead of it costing me a fortune. No, that's not nice. She was really, she was sick, so it did cost quite a bit. Anyway, so you get the idea with this, what I'm doing. I could find that chair. Never mind. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Going all over this. I might do some of this tonight and then come back and then get started on the big work, finishing off that pocket. Sort of doing a, kind of going to do a little bit of a, like a long satin stitch along this bit. Ow, oh, that hurt. I swear this work, this work has got more of my blood on it than any other thing I've done before. Oh dear. Oh, wow. Can't believe it. I mean, you know, it's a hazard working with sharp objects. Just a hazard to myself, maybe. Anyway, so here's a little story. So my townhouse is a three bedrooms. So it's got 2 rooms upstairs, and I have a bedroom upstairs and this room as well, which is my studio room, or my office, as I call it sometimes. And downstairs there's a bedroom and an ensuite. So I've told that story before, and I've got someone in downstairs, and it's quite easy because, you know, I can just wake up and do this stuff when I'm here. But sometimes I think about, do I want to just downsize, you know? And I've talked about it quite a bit, and then I decided to stay here. But the place that I'm minding in Footscray is just, it's just one of my favourite little places. It's got, it's just 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, toilet, and a nice sort of kitchen lounge, but it's got a really big patio out the back. It's really nicely done with a beautiful big wooden barbecue table and lots of plants and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's just one of my favourite places to stay, and I love it when she books me because I just enjoy it, and it's so nice being in, you know, a place that's the right size for me. I don't mind this. I mean, I did decide to stay because I can make some money by renting a room out, but I love it. I just love staying there. Maybe I should, well, should I? Maybe I'll put a little picture or something in. I don't know if I should. That's probably breaching privacy. But no one knows. Well, if no one knows where it is, it doesn't matter, does it? Anyway, I might just insert a picture of the lounge kitchen and the deck right here. But yeah, I just love it. And she's really decorated it nicely. It's not like, for a little place, she hasn't overdone it. She's kept it to a minimum, and she's just got lovely fashion pictures on the walls. Her bookshelf is all done in the colour coordinated way. If anyone watches Alexander Gator, she colour coordinates all the books on her bookshelf, and so this girl has done that, and it looks really nice. It's just it's a sense of being uncluttered, I think. That's what I think I enjoy about it, being uncluttered. Oh, that seems a bit thicker than the other one over here. Maybe the stamp smudged or something. There. Now this bit where the ink hasn't gone on, I'm really going to have to just look at this side and sort of imitate how it is, I guess. That's what I'm going to have to do, or make something up. Why not? So yeah, there. Anyway, that's where I am this week, and then I have some other cats to feed. So then what I do is I leave in the morning, feed the other cats, and then I'm home for the day. And just the first few days I've had a bit of a head cold, so I haven't really gotten a lot of stuff done. I've just been taking the old vitamins and getting better. Alright, this isn't going to be a direct copy. Maybe that can be a French knot. And there can be a French knot here. And I'll mirror that line there. Oh no, that dog. Oh gosh. One thing I didn't miss. Haven't missed that. That dog. Haven't missed that dog at all. Oh, so annoying. Whenever I go out in my backyard to water the garden, there he is, having a little bark. And you know what his name is? Severus. So if anyone knows Harry Potter, you'll know who they've named him after. One of my favourite characters. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea of this, what I'm doing. So I will continue that tonight at the house, I think, so I can get onto the things for the big work, and I will come back when I've done this. Okay, I'm back, and I did a little bit more work on the Roxy's last night, but I'll just show you what I've done. So I've printed out this little area. So I did the bird with the trees and the butterfly and the butterfly, but this is like an open space, and I'm thinking of the chair being there, or where the bunny is. I've got a bit of room here for a chair. I could put a chair here, or a bench seat, or a chair here. So I've got these printed out, and this was the seat that I found that I really liked, an old wrought iron seat. Obviously it is way too big for that space and way too big for that space. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week, behind the scenes. Now, up to my large work and trying to fit in. So these are Pitt Graphite Matte pencils. I love them, and this is one of the, I think these are the only ones that go up to a 14B. So they're just soft and creamy. But look at that, that's a 14B. How good is that? Anyway, my favourite is the 2B. And I've gotten a start. So that's good because it's got a sharpener and a blending stick in there too. But I'm just doing sketching, so over the top of these scissors, and I'm making it up a little bit because I'm thinking I just want the, you know, the outline, but I also as I'm doing this, I'm also thinking of how it will come out embroidered. So I'm imagining these little lines are sort of an open satin stitch. And hopefully it's going to have a nice sort of a hand-drawn quality to it when it's finished. So I've just used really small little bits of washi to get them down because it's easier to peel off. So that's going to be my scissors. Now let me look. A little bit of creative license with them. So these aren't actually holes like I've made, but however, it still has a sort of a flower look about it. I like when it's closed that there's this shape here in the middle, like a clubs from a card game. So that's one for the large work. I'm not sure how well these are going to work, but I just thought I'll just try them and see how they go. Just put the washi down just to get it so it doesn't move. These are going to be a little bit harder to see through the safety pins. But we'll give it a go. And this very old tape measure, I love it. Right, let's see. So these are old bobbin spool things. So it might not quite look like anything. It might just look like pencils when it's embroidered. Wibbly. Don't know. One way to do it is to do this. Take it off and have a look at it on its own. I think actually this has actually got thread on it. So I don't know if I make it and make oh, I know. All right, so I'm thinking what I might do is use like a solid block of material. All right, so I might do that. A solid block of material and then put some floss or embroidery floss or whatever over the top, and I guess they kind of look like spools, but I'm happy about. They'll, you know, it's sort of also filling up the space a little bit as well. Now these ones. Now what I love about these Oh, they really are hard to see through that. I love the metallic sort of handmade quality of these. Probably need to, let me have a look if I've got one. No, oh yes, see, look there, you can see the threads. Do I have a larger version of the safety pins? No, oh well, never mind. It's just a little bit hard to see, even though this is quite fine, this paper. So what I like is the fact that these have got these little things hanging off. And I don't know if that was a number which denoted something back in nursing days, but I love that there's a number here. $18. Maybe they were nurses' numbers or something, so they knew it was their safety pin. It's like it's on a little, just a little thing of metal. I feel like it'd be nice if there was something imprinted on those, but not today. Okay, last one. And that's all I'm going to be adding to that pocket on the large work. So I'm glad I've got a bit of a start on this, because it's easy to sew off camera and do it at the night time. It's a bit hard to see this little winder. Okay, so some finer details to put into that one, but I think it will be obvious what it is. So these are going to go on my large work. So I think I tend to favour, like with these, just a neutral background, and this is the style I'm going to do. So red work with maybe a little bit of the variegated to match. I might even add these onto the piece, I'm not sure yet. So I could do it on something like this, an old cotton or linen napkin. It's fairly, it's got fairly good lines. That, aside from my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery and working out my seat and my chair, will be what I'm doing this week. I think this No, I actually think that this area is looking like the spot for it, because a chair could easily go here and a bench seat could easily go here, because that's a nice bit of open space. So I will see you in the next one, and I will show you what I get up to, unless you're on Instagram, and I might post the picture beforehand. But other than that, I hope you have a good week, and thanks for watching episode 503, and I will see you later. Bye for now.